Hey, how you doing? This is Kitch, and welcome back to another Factorio series. This time, I'm going to be playing with Drake Hawkins from the Clan Hawkins channel.
Hello,
And
everyone.
we're going to be doing some multiplayer. How you doing, Drake?
I'm doing fantastic. Aside from injuring myself and all that jazz, I'm doing pretty
All right,
good.
well, we're going to be doing like a kind of deathworld playthrough here, which is something that I'm not very familiar with. So I'm hoping your injury is not going to affect keeping me safe.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. If my mouse hand is too slow, you might get eaten by biters. But as long as my feet are faster, I'm safe. It's okay.
Well, I'm showing kind of the map settings here. This is a map string that I imported, but it is basically the Deathworld settings. Flipping over here to the resource settings, I've got iron, copper, stone, coal on low frequency. The size is big, and the richness is very good on everything, I should say. Uranium ore, crude oil are at their default settings, but I did bump up the richness on them. Terrain settings, adjusted sand and desert, as well as things because they kind of slow you down a little bit, and it affected me a lot in my last playthrough, and I just don't want to deal with it.
Yeah, we talked about that. I didn't remember really because I've not played with much of the sandy, deserty areas. I like the red sand biome, but I've not played with much. And by the time you do, you got all the magical mad fast legs.
Yeah, and I don't know if I've seen it in .16 yet. I'm sure it's there. I've heard stories. Have yet to see it. We are.
They say
also starting with a very small starting area on a death world, just to make things a little bit interesting. And on the advanced settings here, the evolution factor, the enemy expansion, all of those things, basically set to your default death world settings. And we are not doing a marathon game, and I'm pretty glad we're not doing that.
Yeah, I did like my first series was marathon. Second one was not. I much prefer the not. It's like I don't know. It probably if I was playing on my own, I'd do marathon.
Yeah, just kind of mix it up a little bit. You get really used to these recipes. You know how to do things. It just changes it up a little bit. I don't know that I'm ready for that yet, though.
Yeah, if it just made everything like say double, every recipe was double as expensive, that would be okay. But you have to change your entire like blueprints,
plans and everything, and you have to redo how you do math in your head and all that stuff.
No math in public, please.
All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of start it. We'll see what we have here. We are using a map string that we've previously decided on, and it got everything in the start area. That's something I like to have, as well as green. We still do have a little bit of dirt and desert up to the north.
So I'm gonna go ahead and join in your game here, in your multiplayer. And I'll just yeah, edit that part out because that way I don't show off all the data.
There you are.
There we go. Looks like it worked. Okay, before we get started though, tilde key / color blue. No, not blue. Blue. Okay, now we can play. I'm okay now.
I do not have my good orange either. There we go.
Ooh. Oh, you can. Oh, you can. Oh, you can. Oh, you can.
Oh, RGB yeah, you can RGB it.
Oh, I did not know this. See, guys, this is why you come to collab versions of the
there you go.
That's true blue.
Good old Hawkins blue there, huh?
That's Hawkins. Oh, I feel so. Look at me. I'm zoomed right in on us. Look at that. Oh, we're so cool now. All right, so we're supposed to actually be playing Factorio,
and you know, it's one of those things I hear it's kind of imperative because I'm already seeing red on the map.
Oh, great. Oh, so I see where it is. You're one of them spies. I see how it works. So this is our map. I just opened my map here, but our map covers very little visual space to begin with, and there's already biters in the outer third, basically, of it. So yeah, we were testing out the graphics and stuff beforehand and the audio and stuff, and we already got ourselves killed, which was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it didn't really take that long either.
It didn't. It really
extremely efficient
doesn't. No, I could get myself killed real good. No, I'm not going to spike with. I'm going to actually build my axes because otherwise it would drive me nuts.
And I'm over here chopping trees just because that's what you kind of do in the start of a Factorio playthrough. But, you know, we have a coal patch right there, right? And so...
Yeah, I've got some coal going over here.
I just completely just something that didn't register in my mind.
It's registered listed on Steam as a survival game. I think that's
so. Yeah, you have to chop wood, right?
Just what you do. I'm sorry. I should have gone over to the trees and punched a tree just to do things right.
Yeah, it's I've told the story before, but the very first time I picked up Factorio, I started it up and started chopping down some trees and said, "Oh, it's one of these games, eh?" And set it down for several months after that. Took a while before I finally figured out what was going on with this thing.
Right, I'm gonna actually steal your wood out of these because I've got coal for them.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what. When you need power poles, you just let me know.
All right. Well, I already stole some of the wood from yours, so I can make my own. And I guess we can remove that and put in a chest. I have a question for you. Aside from I forgot to hit Alt. Do you have a standard? I know I always ask this when I multiplayer with people, but do you have a bar standard? Like, this is where I put this item on my hotbar?
No, I don't. I actually, I don't really use the hotbar that much. I do it, but it's more for storage.
You use the
reason why is I'm left-handed, and I have all my keys bound on the other side, so it's really not that convenient to use those hotbar slots. And I'm sure that kind of annoys some people as they're playing. Just hit the button, don't click and drag. But you know, I've gotten good at it. At least I think.
Well, there's you know about the queue, right?
Yes, like the
eyedropper. Yeah, that was huge. As far as updates goes, that was big to me. Like, I can what? And I didn't even start doing it properly until, like, I don't know, 10, 20 episodes ago at the time of this recording. I was like, oh, I always, you know, where is this in my inventory? And
yeah, that button and the one that takes whatever's in your hand and makes it go away, that was a big game changer for me. And plus just muscle memory.
Yeah, the Q, I think that's Q as well. Just, yeah, training yourself to use it properly. Yeah. All right, so I've got a second drill here. I'll start the infinite loop on the coal.
Right, I've got one here. I can start another iron. Generally, starting out, I kind of tend to shoot for maybe 8 iron miners. I don't know. Do you rush automation really quick, or?
I usually do automation first, but again, it's a death world, and it's in pretty much death world extreme close range. So,
so I guess there's some
if you took
some other considerations you haven't put into place, right?
In this one, I would suggest we don't dawdle on things like our first couple turrets and personal armor and the machine gun. Once you're at that point, you basically have to tech up rather extensively before you get any better.
And probably want to get what's the word I'm looking for here? Ammunition. That's the A word I was looking for. Probably want to get that automated. Animation automated. See, it's alliteration. That's why I have problems.
It's bad. It's scary. Yeah, I'll try to remember to do the control right click instead of left to not hog all the resources. But I'm going to upgrade the coal by 1 step here, and then I guess we probably need our couple. I'll put a couple iron up here as well. I mean copper, rather.
So you got I got some for the coal here.
Okay, copper's running. We need another drill. I need a stone furnace to make a drill. I forgot about that. I have no stone. Already on it. Stole one anyways. I suppose we could put a couple...
I miss iron.
We could put a couple drills on the stone.
That's what I was getting ready to do. Too. And I have some wood. So, I did have some wood. Oh, I burned it all.
Are you familiar with this? Hold on a second.
Ah. No, I think you just took stone from me.
Give you things? No, I just gave you stone. Can't take from the other player. You can give. You just activate in your hand and control drop, which is really fun in large multiplayer.
I saw the -1 go up, and didn't. That was a new use of the negative that I wasn't familiar with. I guess it was negative from you, is what it was getting.
I think so, yeah. Oops, that was a good shot. One thing you guys that are from, at least those from my channel, I don't think you've done multiplayer Factorio on yours,
I have not. This is my first time.
Okay, so yay! So there is going to be signs where you'll it's not just your eyes deceiving you. We will have the lag issues where, like, for instance, if I run across and I grab the iron, and then he goes and does it at the same time because he's hosting it, it may go to him even though it looks like it went to me. So there's lag issues in that from time to time.
I'll try to keep a little distance away from you.
Yeah, stay away. Out of mine.
All right.
Nope. Oh, don't make those. Oh, oops, made the wrong thing. Love it. I do the specific pattern hotbar, so I use mine quite extensively. I'm going to go ahead and make the research lab because I've got some supplies for that and a pump. I guess I'll get the electronics going, or power going.
Power, and you know, just looking at the map preview, it looked like due south of us is pretty clear. So I don't know. I'm thinking maybe power off to the right, or other right, left. West.
Left, sir, left.
That's the word I'm looking for.
Power to the west of this water deposit into the trees.
There's a little coal deposit over there as well.
Is there, oh yeah, there is too. I see that on my map. Yes, there's 105,000. It seems like a lot, but it's really not. Yeah, the resources, we looked around just with the preview and had like a few minutes to wander in here. The resources are, they're not really low, but they are going to start stretching us quick as soon as we get out past our current area.
Yeah, I don't think from my last playthrough, I think I was getting patches that were, you know, 150 million, things like that. I'm sure we'd probably have to go a little bit further on this map to reach that level.
Yeah, probably.
3, 4, 5. Need about, I don't know if we need more or not. I feel like we do, though. You always need more iron, right?
I've never found a time when I had too much resources. That's to me that is defining Factorio. You just never have enough.
9 and 30.
Someday I want to try doing a lean Factorio. If you're familiar with the lean management
lean
concept.
Factorio.
Yeah.
Is that like Factorio. Not having buffers, like, or?
Yeah, just
everything you make,
removing buffers. Make your labs where you exactly produce the amount for it. I would totally be geeking out math wise, but yeah, that's fun too.
Yeah, I mean, I try to do that as much as I can, but one thing, you know, there's always the little things in there that mess with the math, like the travel times and you know, the biter attacks, those things that don't have a place in the formula.
They could be an issue in this one. You know, I'm not gonna say they're not. I'm gonna actually start our first power on this side to the south, simply because if I don't, we'll be polluting too far from.
Oh yeah, that whole pollution thing is something we're gonna have to be a little bit concerned about as well, right?
Oh yeah, a little. Yeah, I'm concerned about it. Mostly concerned about who runs faster. That's the telltale sign.
Don't have to run faster than the bear, just faster than me.
That's right. Exactly. There will give us power for what we need. And you can block. Oh, you're not going to fit. Really? You're going to be like that? Really? Okay, fine. And you can go there. Okay. We need that stuff, so I need to connect some coal up here, and then that will do.
Well, you know, one thing I didn't know. Do we have another? Oh, okay. Up to the northwest, there's a big stone deposit there. A little concerned about that for a second.
Yeah, there's quite a large one actually. It's not tiny. Also, fish. Yep. That wasn't just a random word stuck in your sentence. You should actually grab some fish and put it on your hotbar. or have it available. Because they will heal you. They make life safer.
Yeah.
Unless they're like farmed fish, and then you don't want to do that because that's just immoral.
I'm actually hoping, even though that this is kind of a death world, it may be a little bit less frustrating with biters than my last playthrough. I had it where it was like a rail world setting where they don't expand or anything like that. Once you take out a biter base, it's gone forever. The problem is that I wasn't worried about pollution or anything, so it just kept expanding. So we just kept constantly getting attacked, just constantly and constantly. And since I wasn't worrying about biters, I never worried about it. So hopefully with this playthrough, at least we'll worry about the biters a little bit. We won't have to worry about those little annoying attacks every now and then.
I find myself rather attuned to the concerns of the biter activity. Although you get to a point where you've out-teched them, and you can put up your laser walls and you can put up your flamethrower defenses, and there's no amount of biters that can get in your base. Although in this one, like my season 2, the biters are not the biters aren't extreme. They're not at full death world like respawn settings. I tweaked down their evolution. So if you hit tilde and you type / evolution, right now we have already gathered 0.0176. 92% of it comes from the time that we spent in game. And that's what's going to kill us.
And then there's the pollution hitting the guys to the north, and not quite to the west yet, but we're hitting that one to the north. So
we are, and to the west. Yeah, I think it is Galville in the west one. Okay. But yeah, see that? I mean, we're already causing ourselves trouble. So, but we have tech. We could actually go ahead and hit. Well, we don't have the tech. We have the ability to make it.
I've started making some science packs.
Okay, I'm gonna do this. No, I'm not. I was going to put in a. That's funny. I was going to put in a splitter. I guess not. Splitter? Right? Yeah, that's. I'm like, why can't I make my splitters? What is going on? I can't make splitters because there's no splitters left yet. Coal that up. We got a nice little copper iron heart here in the middle of our coal, which is kind of looks heart-shaped to me, but it's really going to be annoying. And the obsessive nature of my character is going to cause me to have that entire thing function.
Oh yeah, split. No, definitely. We're definitely going to have to filter it and mine it out. And it'd be a nice little fun little science project. Get to play with the new splitter mechanics, where you can kind of give the priorities to them and the filters. Yeah, that came in about at the point of my Factorio playthrough where everything was already set up the other way.
Yeah.
So I haven't had a real good chance to like mess with a lot of them.
Well, there is. I use them. But I'm certainly not at pro level in these things at all yet.
Yeah, I was getting some comments going, you know what you should have did is set up your splitters this way. And I'm like, yeah, well, I kind of already didn't do that already because it wasn't available then.
Yeah. It's a nice idea, but...
All right.
I'm going to do... Where are we? Oh, I guess I won't do a couple. I was going to do a couple more drills. Maybe like, I don't know, up it to 8 for our pocket grab cluster here. Because I find we're running out pretty aggressively here. Come on. There we go. We got a nice loop there.
Are you good on iron?
At the moment, yeah. You know what we got?
Oh.
Paving!
Yeah, that's one thing I noticed from... I did my whole series and only had one pathway.
Nice.
They do look nice, though. I do like the new textures on them.
Yeah, I love them. I love that they've got the little curb and how they interact with each other. Like when you get concrete
Yeah,
and
and
whatnot,
have you played with the
they interact
new
nicely.
concrete yet? The refined concrete?
I haven't. It's a little
Yes,
faster,
just a
isn't it?
bit.
I thought about that. It's like 5% faster, or whatever, which to me seems like practically silly. But it's an option, right?
All right, well, I have a kind of a little base thing that I do, and it may not be...
Let's see it.
It's not optimal. I'm not going to say it's even close to being optimal. But,
It's like an early pocket build sort of
yeah.
thing.
So, let's see.
I-
Is that all I need right there? No.
I'm going to start my persona here of the defender of the faith and start building some turrets.
All right, I all of a sudden can't remember how I do this. Okay, so you go there. You go there. You go there. And you go there. All right, there we go. So
I'm watching. I'm curious.
Got gears, and we can actually make supply a lot more of these off of a gear factory. But just starting out, getting it set up. That, and I need another box. Do I have another box? I have another box. Box like that. You are making...
You want electric inserters?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll pocket some here.
And there. You go like that. You go like that. And yeah. Basically, copper goes in here, and iron goes in here.
Yeah.
And
how does the iron get to... Oh, gears. Gears, gotcha. And this makes your belts. Nice.
And belts go out to a box. Now, this is generally like a setup for a non-death world. So I don't know how we need to prioritize putting things like... things like bullet making and turret making into this particular setup.
Bullets just take... What do they take again? Just the first ones just take iron plates. So,
but this doesn't live very long. It just lives long enough to just to get some science going, just to get some belt going.
Exactly.
Until the main furnace arrays are up.
I'm gonna actually pocket that right in, or belt that in. No. Things in the wrong spots.
Oh, I moved it too far.
I got the wrong stuff locked in my bar. No. I just you didn't have a hand jumping into the lab.
Yeah, that's the important last part of the step.
Step 2. Yeah, I like this. There's a nice little like. I mean, you guys that are from my channel have seen this sort of early start thing as well. We're going to go with military. I'm going to start the military tech next because we want to have our machine guns. After the first few things, I think I'll just leave it to you to see if you can remember doing the flow of tech and whatnot.
Yeah, I mean, I think I like the logistics and the automation, and then after that, it's pretty much just research something, would you? Because
yeah, exactly. Just keep it going. Do we have green belts yet? No, green labs yet? No, let's put them in. Let's do all the red stuff, and then we'll come back and do all the green stuff. After you get like blue science, then to me it matters. It starts mattering again, right? Where you're like, oh, I've got what I need so far, and yeah, I agree. I think that's cool. I like this. So well, we're sitting at kind of already past the time where we said we should probably run these videos for. So see that? You're standing on the spot where I just put a lab. And it placed it on my screen, and then it bleeped and said, wait a second, we've changed our minds. You can't do this. So
I forgot rule number 1.
But I guess
stay away from Drake when he's building or grabbing, and especially when he's shooting.
Yeah, shooting's good. It seems to work. I mean, see, look, it works fine. Would you like this fish?
I've got some.
Okay. I like to have a stack of fishes eventually. I don't know if this lake's gonna... I think we just killed the entire fishing population of that lake. Oh well. There, we've got a few basic techs. We've got... we'll go on logistics next, I guess. And I suppose we should end the first episode here.
Sounds good.
Yeah, so we got our bit of coal and electricity running. Kitch has built our fantastic little early stage lab and belts, and then we've got some smelting going on. We're gonna have to get into all our proper electrics and doing some tech and seeing what else we can add to our spaghetti pole here. So thank you guys so much for joining me. This is going to be a collab series, so these episodes should expect them to come out whatever schedule we pick. They'll be coming out at the same time on both channels, so you can look at the opposite profile. Just go down in the description of my or Kitch's videos and check out the link to the other guy's channel there. If you're interested in some really great blueprint stuff, Kitch has a new series running on that. If you want to go see some biters kill me, you can check out my series on the previous series on our Factorio. So I guess that's it. That's it for us for today. Thank you guys for joining us, and we'll see you in game.